Off they go, bags in tow. Matt and Chrissy hit the road. Maps unfold, stories told. Adventures never getting old. Matt and Chrissy roam so free through the city, past the sea, finding joy in every mile.
Good morning, beautiful people. It is a lovely, it's a bloody cold morning at the moment. Quick rundown on the video, and we're on the video. Quick rundown of the van in the video. And today's project is to finish building the boxing that goes around the step entry for the drawer there. So we'll have a support that runs down from here to give that some strength and integrity. We'll most likely put another one in the middle there as well to be able to shore it up. And this is going to be a couple of boxes for storage with just a lip over the top of it. And it could be whatever we choose to put in there. That's going to be the main access step in and out. So we've got the original tread strip that went along the body of the van. This follows the contour of the existing body. So we'll be able to mount the original tread strip over the top there for this being a high traffic area and just trim it down. And then we'll run some angle across and dress this up, making sure that this curve here, this point, has had a little bit knocked off it, and we'll put a softener on the end there so that as you're getting in and out, that's not presenting any type of challenge. It shouldn't, because there'll be a solid box running down along the edge there, but it's always nice to have a bit of edge protection there. And when this closes, there's roughly about a finger's width running down between the van and the door. We've got some more deadener, so I'm going to finish this off once the day warms up and do inside the doors and the back of the van there, so where that little hatch has been popped. We've mapped out where we want the GPOs, and there's one behind that timber panel that's been slid in there. So both of these panels are a snug-ish fit. Once the electrics are all done, we'll put those back on and look, they can run their GPOs, whatever, through, and then we'll put whatever timber dressing over the top of any exposed faces that we're going to see, put them up. Most of the case, I believe, with this is that these could probably, in this side in particular, could just go back up as they are, because both of them, pretty much outside of cables running through, they're going to be covered by cabinetry and bed base, so there isn't going to be any need to buy any materials to dress those up and cover them over, because you can see where the bed base is going to come to. The only thing that we would potentially do along there is mount some support running along that line, and this line here, so just above the base, to be able to support the bed on the edges. There will be cabinetry on this side, the passenger side, because we're going to put the bed hard up against this joint here. We'll build some cabinetry that pushes it away, and yeah, it should be all pretty sweet. This little inspection hatch has worked out pretty well. I'm going to do a little bit more work in here a little later today. I want to silicon up all of the edges around there underneath, so that if there is any kind of spillage or drippage during a service, it stays contained to this area and it doesn't actually go in underneath the flooring. So that's where we're up to. So the next stage that we're at is getting this step sorted out. It's been an interesting process so far. So I've used a couple of stencils to be able to help me get the right fit. And given it's one solid piece, I've had to cut it in the middle roughly, about 3/4 of the way up. Not under where we're going to be stepping, and it's not on a load bearing area, so that we can line this up so it fits in. So I'll show you what I've done. So we put the deadener in, and I'm going to tidy those edges up. You can see there's a bit of a lip just underneath the top deck of marine ply coming down onto the metal base, and then we've got some of the deadener sort of curving around there. I've siliconed up under that edge there to protect the base from getting any moisture coming in underneath it. But what we've also done is we've got these two pieces here. This is still going to hold the jack and the tools. It'll be a space for us to be able to store any other tools that we might need. And then we'll have a wall that we'll build just here to carry the load. I'll put another one in here somewhere so that acts as a separating compartment to be able to keep the jack and all of the tools separate from whatever other tools we put in here. Might need to measure that and figure out how much depth I'm going to need first. Good idea. So next thing is going to be sinking these into the peaks. Don't need too many of that, and then we'll figure out the backing and getting that sorted out. This is going to have the vinyl applied to it as a finish, so that it'll be a nice transition from one step up into the other. I will put vinyl down on here as well, because there's tools going to be in here. It'll probably help with reducing any vibration and noise coming through, so that'll get a little bit of a treatment as well. So that's where we're at the moment, and the next step is, as soon as the initial layers of silicone have sealed up and dried around the edges here, we're going to give it a nice smooth finish and clean that up, just so that if anyone is working on the fuel filter in the future, that it's all contained, and if there is a spillage, it stays within that space. It doesn't find its way underneath the flooring and potentially compromise anything in the vehicle. So yeah, all those little bits and pieces, hopefully it makes it a much better build than what we're anticipating.